I'm Tinus De Beer, the Managing Director of DMS, Disaster Management Solutions. Today I'm talking to Wilfred Mkwanazi. Wilfred's the Manager, Disaster Management in Ethkwini Metro Disaster Management Centre. Welcome and thank you for the opportunity, Wilfred.
Thank you again, my friend.
Wilfred, this learnership is running from November 2015 up till now, and I think you've did a very good job and you made it very successful. But tell me, why did you decide on a learnership from the beginning?
That is an interesting question. For one reason, that these young people have been our volunteers for some years. As a department, we felt strongly that we should actually invest to them the enthusiasm and the motivation that they show to help the communities where they come from. So we felt that once they have done their training, they will have a theory, they will also have a practically, and they will be in a better position to be marketable to the government or institution, as well as to our own department when the vacancy comes out.
Wilfred, I must commend you with that. I've got a second question. We are busy with a further education training certificate, genetic management, disaster risk management. It's a one-year program, and you've appointed the guys actually for 2 years with stipends to give them a better workplace experience. What does it entail when you talk about the training program, the mentoring program with all the mentors, as well as your workplace experience?
I would say in one word, this is just a fantastic program for one reason. What I've actually learned in the classroom, they're actually practicing it on a practically field. We had recently a flooding of which they have actually played a critical role, as well as fire. They also play a critical role in dealing with the risk assessment, interviewing the people, and also compiling the report. So their theory they have already practiced in a working environment.
Wilfred, you appointed different managers and officials to be the mentors of this group. Can you elaborate a little bit on how you deployed this group of guys in the HIV conference that you had in Ethkwini Metro?
Okay, first and foremost, the conference is just an international conference. We want community of Ethekwini to be part of that conference so that they can understand what is going on. We therefore choose volunteers in various areas, I would say in all regions. We had 6 regions, West, Outer West, South, North, as well as East, that were actually part of it. We recruited 200 volunteers. And what was interesting is that our own learnership were the supervisors of those volunteers that were deployed in ICC as well as outer perimeters of the ICC. And people were very excited with the work that they done in terms of the supervision, in terms of the volunteers, what they've actually done during the conference.
Wilfred, that's great. What you actually say is that these learnership candidates, you use them as team leaders for these 200 volunteers during this HIV conference.
That's correct, because part of their curriculum was the leadership. So we wanted to see them displaying those leadership as well as interpersonal skills in a working environment. So for us, the international conference was a platform for them to exercise the leadership that they've actually learned in the class, of which they have proved that they have done it very well.
That's brilliant, Wilfred. The topics that they had in the learning program was leadership management, conflict management, communication, team leader, team management, motivating a team. So there's quite a lot of different learning that they had, and you exposed them very well on those theory. They were also involved in risk assessments, but I want to ask you the question of what kind of disasters or hazards or incidents were they involved with?
As Ethekwini, we are one of those metros that have got a high number of informal settlement. So we always experience fire on a daily basis. So these learnership are actually playing a crucial role in terms of responding in terms of doing the assessment, in terms of activating the NGOs as well as the private sectors that are providing relief to those communities. Furthermore, they also compile the report to the senior management so that we can be in a better position to see what we can do in future in terms of preventing or reducing the fire in those informal settlements.
Good. If you look at whose disaster is it anyway, if you look at that topic, then I can see that you have involved your interns with fires, floods and many different incidents, and you've involved them in to understand whose disaster is it anyway.
That's correct. I think there is that theme that say disaster is everybody's business. So they understand that it's everybody's business, from the communities, from the department, from the private sector, from the NGOs. Because if ever one community is affected, the business are also affected and the family are also affected. That is why we are saying disaster is everybody's business. So we are appealing to each and every person to take part in preventing and reducing disaster, and also opening arms when it comes to giving donation or assisting those people that are in that bad situation.
What you say is brilliant. I think that yes, it is everybody's business. What is your way forward with these interns and with this group?
I would say I had a very fantastic team. The teamwork that are displayed within themselves, we would love to absorb all of them, but it will be depending on the budget, depending on the structures, but the opportunity is not closed for them even to other districts, because they are the brilliant young people who are motivated in doing their job.
Wow, that's good work. Wilfred, I must commend you with what you achieved with this group. The skills department in our last meeting mentioned something about a possible award.
So we will be crossing our finger, my friend, because we are not the only one who are running that BEST project. But looking at what we have actually done during this year with them, and looking at the performance of the volunteers as well as the mentors, they feel strongly that we might probably nominated for the award.
Well, it's a Skills Development Achievement Award. I cross my fingers and I hope that you would get that. I appreciate you coming and sharing with us all this information, Wilfred.
I would say on our side, thank you very much for the team that were offering us a training. They were actually wonderful. And they were also wonderful in terms of assisting the mentor. And besides that, even the communication that they have with the management to ensure that the program succeeds.
Yes, Wilfred, DMS is very privileged to be involved with you in Ethekwini with this group of brilliant young people. Thank you very much.
Thanks.